Hello everyone, I'm Professor Rugved and we'll continue with the next lecture of data structures. Module 1 and the fourth topic, revisiting dynamic memory allocation. Now in the previous module we've already seen the concept of pointers and how pointers can be used for call by reference. In this module, we'll be looking at another use of pointers, that is to allocate the memory dynamically. As you can see on the screen, the header file that we require to use is stdlib standard library or alloc, stdlib.h or alloc.h. Now for allocating memory, the basic functions that we have are malloc and calloc. Okay, we will be using malloc maybe more recently, even though we'll see both. And for memory deallocation, we have the function free. And these functions are available in the given header files. So if at all we want to use any of the functions, the corresponding header files must be included in your program. Okay, now to start with the syntax of malloc, and we'll see how exactly we can allocate a memory for it. So the syntax of malloc goes like this. Function malloc, it takes one argument, that is the size of the memory you want to allocate, and it returns a void star. Now what is a void star? It returns a pointer which is without any type, because obviously malloc can be used to create a dynamic memory for any type. So based on which type you are working with, you have to do the typecasting. So we can see the example of creation of a one-dimensional array. Okay, so you can see this is how you can use malloc. So malloc n into size of int. Now see, I can only give size of int also, so it will only create one integer. Currently we are like focusing on how can we have a dynamic memory. So it's a bunch of memory array, dynamic creation of the array. So likewise, I want n integers. So it is n into size of int. Size of int is very typically given because it will calculate the size of int required for that current corresponding system. Let's say suppose size of int is 2. So currently malloc is going to allocate memory of size 2n. But as we have seen earlier, that it will return void star. Obviously you want to create an array of integers, so we will be storing it on int star a. So you can see this side is void star a and the other side is int star a, which will create an error. And that's the reason we can see this typecasting concept. So now we know, because I want to work with an integer array, so this void star should be typecasted to int star. Now this is what we can currently see. Okay, so you can consider this as a sequence of memory that is being allotted. The starting address of memory was 100. So we can see finally when this gets executed, your pointer a will store the address 100. So what a is pointing to is the beginning of the array. The basic concept of array, you know, it will give you the contiguous memory. The same is being kept here also, because we are anyways allocating it dynamically. So assuming that the value of n is 5, here I have got 10 bytes of memory. Each one you can see is at a distance of 2 because each one takes 2 bytes. So if the address of the first element is 100, address of the next one will be 102, 104, 106, 108 and so on. So how do we access this array? Okay, very easy way of accessing it. You just obviously don't remember that you've done it dynamically. Assume that you have done it statically. Then how do you use your array? As we can see here, a of 0, a of 1, a of 2. The internal complexity will be handled by the compiler, so you don't have to worry about. You only have to allocate using dynamic memory allocation, and then in your program you can use as if you have allocated statically. But what's the advantage? The advantage is I will be creating only that much memory which is required by the user. So if user gives value of n as 10, I create array of 10. User gives value of n as 500, I don't have a problem, because dynamically it will create array of 500. Okay. So the next one is calloc. Calloc is quite similar, only instead of taking the size of the memory, it takes two arguments. How many elements you want? So int num, and what is the size of each element? So you can see in the call, instead of giving argument as n into size of int, we will be giving them separately, n comma size of int. Okay, the rest of the things we can see is similar. So it's similar to malloc. only it takes number of blocks and size of each block separately. It also initializes the allocated blocks to 0 by default. That's an extra feature that is being added. So that is about the memory allocation. Now for deallocation, we'll be using free. So what free takes obviously any sort of pointer. So it takes void star. And what does it do? It obviously goes to that contents of that pointer, and whatever address is given, it will free up the memory from that address. So example, free A, if you remember, A contained the address, starting address of the memory of the dynamically allocated array. So once we say free A, it will obviously not remember the starting address. It will discard the starting address. As you know, if the starting address only is not available, the complete array is as good as free. It is deallocated. This is a simple way you would be able to allocate and deallocate dynamic memory. Fine, so this was it for this lecture. In the forthcoming lecture, we would be discussing about structures, because in many of the data structures that we'll be implementing, you require to work with the concept of structure. Fine, so that's all for this lecture.